Hello everyone. Today we'll be looking at the topic troubleshooting. In this video, we're going to look at a definition for troubleshooting. We're going to look at some importance and we're going to discuss some computer problems and solutions. So get out your notepads or your notebooks and a pen and let's begin. What is troubleshooting? Troubleshooting is the process of finding and fixing problems in a computer or device. So let me go again. Troubleshooting is the process of finding and fixing problems in a computer or device. So let's say, for example, if you have your cell phone and you got up one morning and you plugged it in an effort to make it charge and you realize that it is not charging. So you may decide to run around the house. You may try a different charger. You may wrap the charger in a manner wherein you think it might help to charge the device. So whenever you're engaging in any of such activity wherein you found a problem and you're trying to fix it in your computer or your device, you're engaging in the process of troubleshooting. Importance of troubleshooting. So why is troubleshooting important? Troubleshooting is important because it keeps devices working. So you see, troubleshooting, it helps to fix problems so that your computer or your phone or whatever other devices, it keeps running smoothly. So once you're able to find a problem and fix it, you're able to keep your devices working. Troubleshooting, it saves time. So you see, when you're able to find a problem and fix it yourself, it avoids you wasting your time going to the mobile doctors, the computer shop, or a technician. So you're able to fix them at a fast pace other than having to wait for days in order to get your devices sorted out. So it saves you time. It also helps to prevent bigger problems. So when you're able to find and you fix small issues from early, you actually stops them from becoming bigger, more complicated problems. Another important is that troubleshooting improves performance. So you see, when you're able to troubleshoot, when you find and you fix problems in your devices, you're able to make your devices run smoothly and faster. And the final one, troubleshooting helps to save money. So imagine you're able to find out a problem on your own, you're able to fix it on your own. Why would you bother to go to the technician, the phone doctor, to get it fixed when you can actually do it yourself? So you see, instead of having, or even some person, they prefer to go ahead and waste money to buy a new device when they can simply fix it yourself. So you see, troubleshooting is actually the process that enables you to repair and keep using that which you already have. So these are some importance of troubleshooting. So moving right along, we're going to look at some computer hardware problems and solution. But first and foremost, we must define what a hardware is. So a hardware is a part of the computer system that you can see and touch. The part of the computer system that you can see and touch. So we're talking about your keyboard, your mouse, your monitor, your printer, the speaker, and the list goes on. So any part of the computer system that you can see or touch, we refer to it as hardware. So here we have a problem. Computer won't turn on. And I'm sure some of you guys would have experienced this problem at some point in time in your life. Computer won't turn on. So what do you think might be causing the computer to not be turning on? What could be preventing it from not turning on? So here I have some possible causes on my left. So it could be that there's a dead battery. It could be that the power card is not connected properly. It could be that the power strip or power outlet may be bad, there is bad power cable, or the power supply button in the supply unit may be defective. So whenever any of these occur, you know the computer won't turn on. Because there is no way the computer will turn on if it is dead. Imagine your cell phone. If your cell phone is dead, there is no way it will come on unless it is charged. So here we have some possible solutions now. So if it's a case where the battery is dead, you know you will need to recharge the battery. So charge the battery. If it's a bad battery, so it's just in case the battery would have swollen, or if the battery went bad, you know you're going to need to replace the battery, especially for laptops. If there is no power light on, so you try turning on the computer and there is no power light on, you are to make sure that all cables are firmly secure, and you are to check to make sure the outlet has power by plugging in another device, because it could actually be a problem with the socket, the power unit inside your house. So just try plugging in. So let's say, for example, you try plugging in your computer and it's not turning on. Try plugging in a cell phone or an appliance in the socket, or in the power socket, and see if it actually is charging. So you want to find out if the problem is actually with the socket or with the device. Next problem, computer overheating. Computer overheating. All right. So this may be due to the computer fan. It may be defective, so it may be bad, may not be working. So the computer is overheating. So some possible solution. You can either restart the computer, or you can check to see or hear the fan. Check to see if you can see or hear the fan spinning. If not, the fan need to be replaced. So if you check to see and you realize that the fan inside the computer is not spinning, then you know that it needs to be replaced. Or if for laptops, you may get a cooling pad. And these will help to prevent your computers from overheating. Printer not printing. So some possible causes could be that there is no power, the printer cables are not connected properly, or it could possibly be a printer error. And we're talking about printer error, we're talking about the printer may be jammed, there may be issue with the ink, so you don't have enough ink or you don't have no ink at all, or the toner may be low. So hence the printer will not print. So first and foremost, you're going to check the power button on the printer to make sure it has power. So you have to make sure that the printer is on. You have to make sure that the cables are connected properly. So both the one to the printer and the computer. And if there is a printer error, you have to ensure that you either clear the paper jam, or you refill your ink or refill the toner in order to solve that problem. So you don't need to run and to get a new printer. You can actually fix it, find the issue and fix it on your own. Moving right along, let's look at some computer software problems and solution. So first and foremost, what's a software? Software is a set of instructions, and we refer to these instructions as program that a computer needs to carry out its function. So let me go again. Software is a set of instruction that a computer needs to carry out its task or its function. And we call these instructions a program. So for example, the word processor apps that we download. So let's say Microsoft Word, Google Docs, Apple iWork, also spreadsheets and graphic packages. So all of these are software, examples of software that can be found on our devices. So the first problem that we're going to look at, application crashing. So your apps crashing, the things that you download on your phone, they are crashing, not working. So what could be some causes? What could cause these apps to be crashing? So it could be that there's a corrupted file on your device, or it could be that you have insufficient memory, so not enough space on your device. So these are some possible solutions. So you can either restart the computer or you restart the app, or you can delete the app and reinstall the application, or you can go ahead and check for software updates, because it can be that the app needs to be updated. Here's another one: file won't open. So sometimes we get some files. Let's say, for example, we get a Microsoft file. Somebody might send us through email or through WhatsApp, and we're not able to open these files. So some possible causes: it could be that the file is corrupt, so it's a bad file, or it could be that you have incompatible software. So here are some possible solutions. You are to check to see if you have the right program to open the file. So if you get a PDF file, you need a PDF viewer in order to open such file. If it's a Microsoft file, you need the Microsoft app on your phone in order to access such file. Else it won't open. If you don't have the right application, it won't open. Or you can try opening the file on a different computer to see if the file is corrupted. So if you try opening the file on your computer, and let's say on your friend's computer, and it's the same result, the same bad file, then the file may be corrupt. So it could possibly be a bad file. Or you can go ahead and download any missing software that is needed to open the file format. So you don't have PDF viewer, but you want to open a PDF file, go ahead and download the PDF viewer in order for you to access such file. Can't connect to the internet. So I'm sure everybody at some point in time in your life, you had difficulty connecting to the internet. So what could be some possible cause? So it could be that there is a malfunctioning modem or router. It could be that there is damaged cables, weak internet, or no signal, or it could possibly be incorrect Wi-Fi password. So here are some possible solutions. Check to see if the Wi-Fi is turned on. So check your device to ensure that the Wi-Fi icon it is turned on, and ensure that the device is connected to the correct network. You can move closer to the router if you're experiencing weak internet or weak signal. You can check your cables, because it could possibly be that the cables are damaged. So you check them to ensure. And if it is that the router or the modem it is malfunctioning, you can go ahead and restart the router or restart the computer. So these are some possible solutions that you can try. So don't just get frustrated. You can find the problem within your devices, or you can find the problem and you can fix them on your own and reduce those frustrations that you are going through. So that's basically the purpose of troubleshooting. It's to help you guys to save money, to prevent bigger problems from happening, and to make your life and your devices run smoothly. Here is a small brain teaser. So we're at the end of our presentation, the end of the video. So I want you guys to comment for me. I want you to see whether these statements they are true or false. So I want to know if number one is true or if number two is false, or if number one is false and number two is true. So number one, troubleshooting helps to find and fix problems in a computer or device. Troubleshooting helps to find and fix problems in a computer or device. Is this true? Is this false? Please comment below. Number two, only an expert can troubleshoot a problem within a computer or device. I repeat, only an expert can troubleshoot a problem within a computer or a device. Please ensure that you leave a comment below, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you would have learned a thing or two.